Hi and welcome everyone. Thank you for coming to learn about what it's like to study in Wales. My name is Sally Fairburn and I'm from the University of South Wales, and this is Becci Denmark and she's from Cardiff University. So between us today we'll be telling you everything you need to know about wonderful Wales. So you may or may not be aware of some of these popular programmes that are set in Wales, but Gavin and Stacey is a huge success, I think, across the world, and as well as Welcome to Wrexham. We've got very popular in the US because of the football, with Rob McElhaney referring to Wales as heaven, and we totally agree with this. So, in Wales, we speak English all the time, everywhere we do speak English. Becci and I are actually English. We've lived in Wales for more than 20 years between us. And being English but in Wales, we have picked up the odd few words and phrases. But what's really important to let you know is that anybody studying in Wales does not need to speak Welsh, although they do quite like attending some free Welsh classes and using some of the phrases themselves. So I'm going to give you a little Welsh lesson. My pronunciation is not brilliant, but when you see somebody, you just say shwmai, and they will say shwmai back to you. So it's hello. Good morning, bore da. Good evening or good night, nos da. And this is an important one. If you're having a beer or a glass of wine, cheers, which is iechyd da. And then happy birthday is pen blwydd hapus. So, where is Wales? Wales is this red spot here. Come on in. Some people refer to England as the UK. And being in Wales, we get quite offended by that because the UK is made up of England, Ireland, Scotland and Wales, obviously. But Wales has a population of around 3 million people, and in Cardiff it's a population of around just over 300,000 people. So it's a very intimate city, unlike London. It's very compact and very friendly place to be. We have our own Welsh government, but we also obviously have the UK government where we have their laws as well. And Cardiff, being the capital city, is just 2 hours from London. So it allows you to easily get to London by train, coach or car, and then come away again in the same day, the same weekend, without having that high cost of living that you would associate with London. Talking of temperatures, the UK is actually just a little bit warmer than Cyprus right now. We weren't expecting this, but yeah, we've hit the news actually that Greece and Cyprus have been a lot colder than the UK. That said, we do get a lot of rain in Wales. It does not rain every day, unlike many people believe. We have 4 distinct seasons, and it's really nice. We're just coming into spring. The daffodils are coming up, the snowdrops, the evenings are getting lighter. So in the height of summer, in June time, end of June, it won't get dark until about 10 o'clock, which is really lovely. But one of the main things that we find our EU students really love about the South Wales area is the low cost of living. It's very low cost compared to other areas of the UK, but also it has an extremely high standard of living. When you look at the accommodation options that are available with the ensuite bathrooms and the showers, it's like staying in a hotel but without the room service or the cleaner coming in every day, and they're really beautiful areas. Okay. So there are 8 universities in Wales, and they are spread around the outskirts, around the borders. So in the middle it's quite mountainous, and it would be very difficult to get to. But there are 8 universities, and they all specialise and have their own niche courses, so the competition isn't kind of strong between them. Obviously we all offer business like every university, but there will be some that have their own niche courses, so like what we've got, Swansea would be marine biology, Cardiff has its architecture courses, we have our creative industries, so it's worth researching. If Wales is something that you would really love to study in, have a look at what each university offers. So, the education system in Wales, we have a 3-year bachelor's degree, and then if you wanted to go on to do a master's, it's an extra 1 year. You will find that actually some bachelor's degrees can go into a 4-year duration, and that could be because they've got a placement year, or it could be because they're an MEng, so an integrated master's, but it still works out at the 3+1 to get your bachelor's and your master's. And then if you wanted to do a PhD, it's normally 3 to 4 years. So it's a faster system than what you would have here in Cyprus if you're looking for speed to get into employment. Pass over to Becky now.
Great, thank you very much. So hi everyone, just a really very quick introduction. So I'm Becky and I work at Cardiff University, so a sort of sister, close university to University of South Wales. So I'm just going to go through just a little bit about why Wales, why Cardiff. So as Sally mentioned, the Welsh degrees are sort of shorter than a lot of degrees that you would find in mainland Europe. So 3 years for a bachelor's, 1 for a master's, and then 3 to 4 for a PhD. And as Sally said, it is an affordable cost of living. So on average, Cardiff is 41% cheaper than London for living costs. So money goes a lot further. Cardiff is also the 2nd most affordable UK city for students in the UK. So it being a capital city and having everything that you want to offer from a capital city, and also having that cost of living, is a real big draw we find for students. And some of the universities in the UK, in Wales, not Cardiff University, but I know USW, some of their courses, the fees for international or European students start at the home fee as well. So when you're looking at the fees, do ask that question to see if the Welsh university you're talking to has that option. And courses are world renowned, so Bangor University, this is up on the north in Wales, they're particularly well known for things like ocean and marine sciences. Cardiff, as Sally mentioned, journalism, but also architecture as well as biosciences, and we're #1 in the UK for electrical engineering. USW, very well known for film, animation, creatives and aerospace, and Aberystwyth is very well known for their social sciences, including international relations. So what else to expect in Wales? Wales isn't just a tag-on to England and nobody goes there, and it's just the Welsh people and us universities. There is a lot going on. So all of the big international music stars that come to London and play at the O2 in London, they also come and play at the Principality in Cardiff. I completely avoided the town centre on Taylor Swift Day because everything was pink and sparkly and you couldn't move for all the people. I much rather going to the Foo Fighters concert, that was much better. But also world-class sporting events as well. So rugby is a religion in Wales. I don't actually like rugby, and I haven't told my Welsh colleagues that because I might get kicked out. I am joking. But yes, so regular international rugby tournaments happen, as well as football, cricket. They had the World BMX show there the other day as well. So there's always something going on in the Principality Stadium, which is right next to Cardiff Castle. So it's kind of new meets old all together in our lovely city. There's also loads of theatre and culture. So we have lots of theatres. A lot of the West End shows from London come to Wales. So like the Lion King's just about to come back. I saw Bat Out of Hell a couple of weeks ago. So we do have a really thriving theatre offering as well. And there's loads of, as I said, a castle festival, food festivals. Yeah, there's always something to do if you want. As Sally mentioned, our universities do offer accommodation as well. At Cardiff University, we have an international student guarantee, so we can guarantee accommodation for our international students, and I believe USW has the same as well, so do check with the universities. Cardiff is also one of the top safest cities in the UK as well. It usually ranks within the top 5 depending on which ranking you are looking at. And also sustainability. So sustainability is a huge focus for most universities in the UK, and Wales is proud to also have a sustainability focus as well. And yeah, we have world-leading experts using their cutting-edge research to help develop curriculums that have sustainability as one of the core pillars of what we teach. We also have many partnerships around the world. So Cardiff has 12 partnerships with Partnerships University, where you can get a degree from both universities. But we also have hundreds of exchange opportunities with partners all around the world, from everywhere from Brazil to Australia. You know, on most of our courses, you can go and do study abroad. And also work opportunities. So there's no point in giving you a degree and then not telling you how to go out into the world and use that degree. So you don't want to graduate and then not know how to write a CV or not know how to get a job. So many of our programs offer that in 1 year in placement year, or short-term internships as part of the degree program, and that is at both of our universities and the other universities also in Wales. So our universities also have student unions. You've probably heard of student unions. So these are run by students for students, and it's basically the student voice and that connection between the students and the professional services staff at the university. It's also where the clubs and societies are kind of stemming from. So at Cardiff, for example, we have over 200 different clubs and societies and over 65 different sports clubs. So if you are somebody who just likes rugby, for example, and you just want to play for fun with your friends, you can join the Rugby Society. Or if you want to play in, say, the A team or the B team and then play against other universities in Bucks leagues and varsity leagues, that's something else that you can do as well at university. We also have global volunteering opportunities at our universities. So this would see you in the summer go out and maybe do a volunteering project, maybe somewhere like Costa Rica, and supporting turtles and in their sort of season when they lay their eggs on the beach. So there are lots of opportunities for students to be able to go and do these global volunteering opportunities. You just need to go and speak to the global opportunities teams at the universities. So when it comes to our position in Wales, we are obviously, speaking specifically for Cardiff now, we are specifically a capital city. However, if you go half an hour north out of the city, you are in the middle of nowhere, in the mountains, climbing up a mountain with no phone signal, and it's absolutely beautiful. If you're going to do that though, do remember that city weather is different to mountain weather. Because it is sunny in the city doesn't mean it's going to be sunny going up that mountain. So do just bear that in mind, you don't want to get stranded. If you go half an hour southwest, you are on the some of the nicest beaches, as you can see from this picture, with some of the best surfing in the UK. We're also 50 minutes away from Bristol, which is again another thriving, brilliant, student-led city as well. And just another sort of little fact for you, Wales also has the longest zip line in Europe. This is in Snowdonia, so the highest peak in Wales is Mount Snowdon, and there is a 1.5 kilometre zip line that you can go on. I've not done it. I would quite like to do it though. I would quite like to do it. And all of our universities have dedicated international student support, including things like international orientation, and health services, pastoral services, and also Wales, in compared to England, we also give free prescriptions as well. In England, you have to pay like £9 per prescription because the health service in Wales is a devolved entity. Okay. So just to kind of round up on Cardiff, there's roughly around 94 different languages spoken in Cardiff because it is a very multicultural city. And we do have many religious and cultural festivals that take place throughout the year. It is fantastic for international cuisine. If you're somebody who likes to go out to restaurants and try new things, the student area, the Cateys area of Cardiff is just thriving with so many different places to eat, different places to go. It is really great fun for students. It is a small and friendly population, as Sally said, just over 300,000 people. And of those 300,000 people, around 20% of them are students. So when the students all go home in the summer, sometimes you go into the city and you think, it is quiet today, and then you realise what time of year it is. As I said before, it's one of the safest regions in the UK, and it is the second most affordable city, with 41% cheaper than London. So when you're making an application to universities in Wales, it is exactly the same as you would make an application to England. So it is through the UCAS application service. For Cardiff University specifically, we only accept undergraduate applications through UCAS, but USW also will accept direct applications as well as the UCAS system, so do check with the university that you're speaking to. So you can apply for up to 5 different courses on the UCAS system, and there is one set application fee. So this is around €35, which £28.50, which depends on the day, around €35. Most programmes you have to apply by around the end of January. This date does change every year, so do just make sure you're aware of that deadline. But if you're applying for medicine or dentistry that we offer at Cardiff, or veterinary medicine, then it is the 15th of October, regardless of the day of the week. And when it comes to entry requirements, universities do accept a range of entry requirements, so don't panic if you don't have A-levels, don't panic if you don't have the IB. At Cardiff, we can accept the equalitarian without A-levels. I think you can as well at USW. So do just check with the university, don't just assume that it's not an option for you if you don't have A-levels. We will need to have an English language test. Usually we ask for the GCSE or the IGCSE, but also there's IELTS, and if you're doing English in A-level or in the IB, we can accept those too. You will also need to write a personal statement, so this is a page of A4 about why you want to study that particular course area, and we will also need a reference. This is usually an academic reference from your school, okay? And it's usually a teacher that's kind of associated with the subject that you want to study at university. If you're here looking at postgraduate applications, then you normally would apply directly on the website. Okay, so you can find on the course pages there should be like apply now button, and you should then be able to make your application there. I'm just going to hand back to Sally to just give a student success story from a student who came from this area of the world to Wales.
Thank you. Okay, so this is Callie. She's actually from Greece. And she went on holiday to Wales to visit her friend who was studying in Cardiff, and she fell in love with the city and she decided to apply for civil engineering. And she did such an amazing job while she was with us. She really kind of grasped all the opportunities that she had by both hands and took advantage of the placement opportunities that were available to her. So she actually was nominated for the Women in Property Awards 2022, and as a result of what she achieved, she now is working full-time in Wales, I believe in Aberdare, but she would be more than happy to have a chat with anybody that wants to reach out to her on her experience of an EU student studying in Wales. So this is just one of our success stories, and like Becci has said, both our universities, as much as possible, we try to link our students up with industry as much as possible so that students learn how to communicate effectively with clients, grow their confidence, grow their CV, and that just puts them in a better position into the workforce when they're going for those interviews. Instead of just having that piece of paper, they've also got lots of hands-on experience as well. Okay.
And now we're just going to give a little overview of both our universities, and if you have any questions at all, you can come and find us at our booths in the room opposite. So as I mentioned, I work at Cardiff University, and this was established in 1883. It is a very traditional university that combines the heritage with a very modern facilities. As you can see, our buildings have these very beautiful Edwardian buildings, but inside we also do have some really sort of modern day features as well. So we are one of the UK's largest universities. We actually have around 33,000 students currently studying with us. We currently have 3 colleges and we have 24 academic schools, and within the academic schools we have over 350 different undergraduate courses for students to choose from. We are an elite member of the Russell Group, so I'm not sure if you've heard of the Russell Group universities, but there are 24 of them in the UK, and Cardiff is one of them, and it is the only one in Wales. Many of our programs have that industry placement, study abroad, internships as part of the program, summer opportunities, you know, just come and ask. There's so much opportunity to really put theory into practice. We are 186th in the world. There's around 10,000 universities in the world, so we're quite proud of this ranking. And many of our programs are ranked consistently in the top 5 and top 10 in the UK, and the top 50 and top 100 in the world. So we do have a thriving international student population. So just under 6,500 of our students are from overseas, and we do have around 650 students studying with us at the moment who were domiciled in the EU when they made their application. We do have a Hellenic Society that all of our Greek and Cypriot students, it's one of the first things they do when they get there is join the Hellenic Society to really sort of, feel part of that community here at Cardiff University. We're 12th in the UK for employability, and we, as I said, second most affordable city in the UK. We do also have an undergraduate excellence scholarship, so if you're a student who is international fee paying, we do have a scholarship that is 50% off of the fees for all 3 years, but this is merit based, so it is on academic excellence, and you do need to write a short statement as to why you want that scholarship. If you have any further questions or you want to come and grab a leaflet, do come and see me in the other room. I'm in the kind of back right corner, but I'm going to hand over to Sally to finish off and talk a bit about USW.
Okay. So at the University of South Wales, we are the only Welsh university that still offers UK fees to our EU students. So for September 2025, the fees are £9,535 per year. The great thing about that, obviously, is you get a good price, but also the fees are fixed for the duration of your course. So they may fluctuate a tiny bit just with regards to inflation, but if, for example, in 2 years' time we said we can't offer UK fees to EU students any longer, they're going to go up to 16,000, that won't affect you because you've already locked into your degree, so you know that you're going to have that price of around £9,500 per year. We have 3 campuses in the South Wales area. Each one specialises in a specific number of subject areas. So for example, our Cardiff campus, which is this one at the top, is our creative industries campus. We teach there journalism, photography, fashion design, fashion promotion, interior design, computer games design, TV and film set, music, drama, photography, and it's a really great campus in the fact that when it's the start of the term, the students put on a fashion show, but everybody comes together to make this work. So you get all disciplines coming together, and that's what happens in real life. So from the off, we're encouraging students that they're going to need to work with different areas in order to succeed in their jobs. The Pontypridd campus, which is where I'm based, is where we teach chiropractic, accounting, business, engineering, aerospace engineering, computer science, psychology, law, and then finally the Newport campus is where we specialise in cybersecurity, and we work very closely with South Wales Police as well as education and social work. Like Cardiff University, we have a first-year guarantee for accommodation for our EU and international students. And also, going back to cybersecurity, we have won 4 years in a row University of the Year for the National Cyber Awards. So we're very proud of that nomination. It was getting a little bit embarrassing after the 4th one, so we've given it to someone else now. And then Cardiff is home to a very vibrant creative community. So we work very closely with BBC Wales, Pinewood Studios. Our students were involved in the filming of Doctor Who down in Cardiff Bay. So we have, like I said, we just encourage them and link them up with as much industry links as possible to give them that kind of step up the ladder when it comes to graduation and going into that employment market. Okay. So, diolch, thank you. If you have any questions, please do come and see us. But we hope you enjoyed learning about Wales. So thank you.